boys. Doesn't that feel nice?
Ludwig Ahgren, MogulMail, Ludwin, Anders, Gaming. Have you ever seen these people in the same room at the same time? That's right. They're the same guy. The very same guy that wears a turtleneck to give the illusion that he's cool and stylish, like Seer, but in reality is just a deeply closeted theater kid. After all, improv is just theater's somehow even dorkier cousin. Now you might be wondering, based on the title of this video, what exactly is a chat review? Well, like I said last time, up until now we've all known that everyone's chat has their own unique and distinct personality, but we've also had no real definitive answers as to which ones are good and which ones are bad. So I've taken it upon myself to become the law. That's right. I make the decisions around these parts.
'Cause I'm the fastest shot in the West.
So in honor of my quick draw and Ludwig's former speedrunning world records, I've decided to finish this here review before this here quarter ever touches the ground. Chat's cringe, but not any more cringe than me and that intro. So on to the real review, Ludbuds. I'm gonna go do a costume change and slip into something a little more Lud-like to make you more comfortable. So kick back in that goon cave of yours and start stroking. Oh God. If there is one thing I know about Ludwig's chat, it's that they love to spend his money. He's done a few streams now where he lets them purchase various items on his credit card. A couple of highlights being a muscle suit, a McDonald's / Exxon Mobil sign, and a Madame Tussauds style wax figure of Jackie Chan that cost $10,000. But honestly, that's kind of his fault because by now he knows his fans pretty well.
Did you do that Reddit recap offline?
Online.
There's no chat.
There is not chat on screen, but chat exists, and I talked to them.
But why didn't you put it on screen?
I stopped doing it. I don't know, because they don't offer that much value, and it takes up a lot of screen.
Do you hear that, viewers?
They don't. I mean, the chat
offers that much value.
The chat moves so fast, and the messages are just there, and then there'll be a comment that's like, dude, someone said gay at 7:32, and that's like the whole value of the chat.
See? He's got you guys pegged. Ludwig is actually an interesting subject for one of these reviews because he has an audience that watches him record a video live and then a different audience that then watches said video later on YouTube. I know that sounds pretty brain dead considering every streamer has VOD watchers, but stick with me. Ludwig does things a little differently in that he's intentionally setting up a more traditional YouTube-style video during his streams. It would be the equivalent of streaming myself recording this video for an hour and then editing it down into a more structured 5-minute video, instead of you watching a re-upload of a streamer's empty chair for 10 minutes while a random video plays in the background.
I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up.
This dual audience is interesting to me and likely a big factor as to why his switch to YouTube gaming went so well. He did this by creating a browser extension to make the YouTube live streaming user experience just a little better, seeing as YouTube won't do it themselves. Speaking of which, I did a solid amount of research just to see if chat's personality stayed the same between platforms, and it did. You're all still weirdos. This care for his audience has bolstered a certain amount of loyalty among them, enough to even get them up and out of their mom's basements to attend live events. That's right, Ludwig managed to wrangle a couple thousand people from his chat into a real-life building. More than once. I've been giving Lud a lot of credit here, so how about we start taking some away? Ludwig learned everything he knows about mogul moves from his girlfriend Cutie Cinderella. He stole both her laugh and her event organizing persona. And let's be honest, without her, he'd still be sitting around making up imaginary projected sales numbers for vape companies.
I took her laugh. And I wouldn't phrase it any other way. I'm a robber. Took everything from her.
Anyway, to get the crosshairs back on chat, I've noticed that I've been driving this whole fan-creator relationship thing home for a few minutes now. So it's important to put in a disclaimer to ensure that you don't all start getting a little too parasocial. Ludwig has a pretty famous video titled, "I'm Not Your Friend," where he does what he does best, and Yoink skips documentary on the subject of parasocial relationships. The gist of which being, a lot of people struggle in their daily lives with feelings of loneliness, so naturally, they seek out some form of connection online. However, many people make a mistake during this process, and instead of attempting to form a relationship with, say, other fans of a streamer, they accidentally form a one-sided relationship with the streamer themselves. This, of course, can be incredibly damaging to one's mental health and their mom's wallet. But here's Ludwig's thoughts on the matter.
Stop watching. That's it. That's what I want from you guys, because I'm not your friend. I will never, ever hang out with you, and I don't care about you.
I, on the other hand, do care about you. I'm your best friend. And if you subscribe to me, there is even the possibility that we might get married one day. Revenons à nos moutons. So the conclusion to this equivalent of a college-level research paper is that overall, Ludwig has one of the less toxic chats in streaming, proving that you cultivate your audience based on your own actions. His chat gets spoiled with frequent event-style streams, both online and in person, and they have their daily needs met through things like his browser extension. That means if your core audience is a bunch of dickheads, you probably had something to do with it. I'll give this chat 3 turtlenecks and a dickie out of a high school rendition of Grease. Do you think that's fair? Leave a comment. However, la vie ne fait pas le moine. Bye.